Item number SCP-3423. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-3423 is stored in a standard windowless object containment chamber at Site-91. 2 curtains have been installed on each side of the frame of SCP-3423 and can be used to cover the object in case of a similar event as the one detailed in Addendum 3423-3. Each instance of SCP-3423-1 is to be tracked, if possible, using SCP-3423 as a point of reference. If 3423-1 is found in an unreachable area, it is to be left alone until it disappears. Each recorded instance of 3423-1 is to be noted and made an entry for in the database. Since 2/3/2016, all personnel entering SCP-3423's chamber must record their actions 24 hours prior to it. It is not permitted to visit the chamber more than 3 days in a row. Only one individual may be present in the chamber at any given time, with the exception of testing. Description: SCP-3423 is a window with a frame approximately 110 centimeters tall and 70 centimeters wide, lacking its obverse side. The obverse side, when looked at, appears to be non-existent. Instead, the frame just ends. The frame is made out of wood and does not appear to be affected by most outside influences. Samples may be taken and it can be damaged, but no natural biological degradation has been observed on the samples or the frame itself. On the bottom part of this frame is an engraved text. For inspiration, SCP-3423-1 is used to refer to any instance of the obverse side of SCP-3423. It is similar in appearance but lacks the engraving on frame and an opening mechanism. In a seemingly random interval ranging from 3 to 24 hours, the location of SCP-3423-1 will instantly change. Recorded locations of -1 include places anywhere on Earth, outer space, other planets, other universes, and dimensions. The selection of this place also does not appear to have any specific pattern, although 3423 appears to be showing preference of places on Earth. Note: neither the interval of change nor the location is random. See Addendum 3423-4. It would appear SCP-3423-1 is just a projection, as it is not possible to damage, move, or touch it. This claim is further supported by the fact that it can appear suspended in midair and is not usually affected by gravity. SCP-3423 is constantly connected to an instance of SCP-3423-1. This connection manifests itself as an observable anomaly. If a person attempts to look through 3423, instead of seeing through the glass, they will see a scene as though they were looking through the window into 3423-1. It is to be noted that this connection is not material. All attempts to open 3423 will result in the connection becoming invisible and 3423 retaining the properties of a normal window, except for its secondary effects such as immunity to biological degradation. After the window is closed again, the connection is restored. It is also worth noting that the glass in SCP-3423-1 does not show the view from 3423, suggesting that the connection is one way. Viewers looking into 3423-1 see only the reflection of themselves and their surroundings. Addendum 3423-1 Circumstances of Acquisition. SCP-3423 was recovered from an MC&D facility on 24/12/2015. Related documents found with it suggest the organization was given 3423 by a person claiming to be its creator. It is unknown if the above-mentioned group of interest has any connections to 3423's creator, or if this person is a part of another organization. Additionally, the only documentation found which described the object's properties were a note about its ability to show random places and a document describing its purpose as decorative and inspirational. Addendum 3423-2 A list of most notable locations of SCP-3423-1. Pyramids of Giza. Location observed for 14 hours. An orbital view of the planet Saturn. Location observed for 15 hours. A farm in a rural environment with a cloudy sky. Previously thought to be located in Australia. After 2 hours, the clouds were noted to have shifted, revealing a blue sun. Location observed for almost 24 hours. A view from a moving train. Location observed for 12 hours. Coast of the Davis Sea, Antarctica. Location observed for 9 hours. Inside of a volcano. Location observed for 6 hours. An office of the President of Czech Republic. Location observed for 4 hours. Addendum 3423-3 On 20/1/2016, SCP-3423-1 switched its location while 2 researchers were present in its containment chamber. Its new location was later described as a gallery. Foundation sources failed to identify the location of this place. Viewing of the art resulted in both researchers becoming temporarily blind. Out of multiple pictures present in the gallery, one was identified as a known cognitohazard with this effect. Note: after multiple complaints and injuries, I formally request additional containment measures. I would also like to state that I have noticed an unusual pattern in the locations SCP-3423-1 has chosen, and I will be conducting experiments to see if I am right. It may help us prevent another incident. Researcher Shallow, Head of Research regarding SCP-3423. Addendum 3423-4 Following the above request, Researcher Shallow was involved in a series of tests regarding SCP-3423. These tests focused on finding the reasons behind the locations of SCP-3423-1 that were chosen. The working theory was that this change did not occur randomly and was in fact being affected by viewers of 3423. The goal of these tests was to find the cause. The tests were carried out by instructing people to watch 3423 while performing tasks, talking, or after an emotional response was triggered. The predicted result was that 3423 would later travel into location corresponding to the conditions of the test. Excerpt from Experiment Log. Experiment 3423-1. Test. D-Class. Male, 34 years. Instructed to observe SCP-3423 while it is connected to a view of the Gobi Desert. Important. Subject states that he is glad he is not there as he hates hot weather. Location shown. Coast of Davis Sea, Antarctica. Observation time 9 hours. Note: this indicates that SCP-3423 does react to its viewers. Experiment 3423-4. Test. Researcher Crowell. Female. Years. Instructed to observe SCP-3423 while it is connected to a night view of New York City. Important. Prior to the test, the subject is feeling exceptionally content, as it is her birthday. Location: a blooming flower field, Netherlands. Specific location unknown. Observation time 6 hours. Note: it would also appear that SCP-3423 can sense emotions, and not just change based on what is said. Experiment 3423-07. Test. D-Class. Male, 40 years. History of violent crimes. Instructed to observe SCP-3423 while it is connected to a sunny beach located somewhere in Indonesia. Important. Subject reports feeling sick and states he dislikes the location due to excessive amounts of light. Location: mental hospital. Location unknown. Observation time 3 hours. Note: it is stated that the resulting location looks unrealistic and obviously meant to evoke fear. Experiment 3423-12. Test. 2 D-Class. Male and female. 35 and 29 years. Both instructed to observe SCP-3423 while it is connected to an open sea view. The first subject is told to express his disagreement with the location, while the second is to do the opposite. Location: a busy location in New Delhi, India. Observation time: location purposely not observed to find out if it disappears due to lack of interest from viewers. Location switched after 3 hours. Addendum 3423-5. A summary of the events that took place on 02/03/2016 by Researcher Crowell. Document number 3423-1. After a promising turn of events in the research regarding SCP-3423, Researcher Shallow had set his mind on finding a way to control how SCP-3423-1 changes locations. He believed that it could be possibly used for research purposes or even espionage. While many staff members agreed with him on the former, we weren't exactly sure about the latter. Needless to say that Site Command supported his idea. Despite having redeemed himself after the initial incident, which ended with multiple injuries, Researcher Shallow was spending all his free time with SCP-3423. Some people noticed his increasing obsession with it. I know I did. We asked Command to start an investigation of the project. Site Command agreed and launched a formal inquiry on 02/03/2016. Researcher Shallow was found in his quarters showing extreme signs of insomnia and paranoia. He was holding an improvised weapon in the form of a fire extinguisher. After our collective failure to convince him to talk, site security managed to overpower him, and he was escorted to the medical wing. The project was stopped after it was clear that SCP-3423 was involved. In the last month, we have used the notes left by Researcher Shallow to perform further experiments, and I can finally confirm that SCP-3423 has, in fact, mind-affecting properties. We are not 100% sure about the extent of this effect, but we can say that, just like SCP-3423-1 changes based on the viewer's emotions and perception, it also changes their emotions to match. If I had to guess, long-term exposure to this is what caused Researcher Shallow to snap. From Researcher Crowell, Acting Head Researcher for SCP-3423.